Alright, TM 55-270. TM 55-270. Operation Railroad General Instruction for Inspection and Maintenance of Locomotive and Locomotive Cranes. Operation Railroad General Instruction for the Inspection and Maintenance of Locomotive and Locomotive Cranes. Contents: General Instruction, Echelons of Maintenance, Water Treatment, Forge, Regulations governing inspection, testing of steam locomotives, boiler, their appurtenances, brake equipment, cabs, warning signals, standards, draw gear, draft gear, driving gear, running gear, wheels, lights, throttle, reversing, ash bands, throttle and reverse gear, axle bands, tenders, reports. Chapter 5, Inspection Maintenance of Steam Locomotives, Basic Principle, Firing Locomotives, Heat, Water, Controller, Boiler, Maintenance, Machinery, Maintenance, Lubrication, Inspection, Locomotives out of service. Chapter 6, Regulation, Governing, Inspection, Testing, Other than Steam, Brake Equipment, Draw Gear, Run Gear, Wheels, Cab Lights, Whistles, Bells, Sanders, Signals, Electrical Equipment, Internal Combustion Engine, Boiler, Reports. Chapter 7, Diesel Electric Locomotive, General Operation Locomotive, Maintenance Locomotive, Inspection Locomotive, Locomotive out of service. Chapter 8, Locomotive Cranes, Derrick and Pile Drivers. Chapter 9, Gasoline Locomotives, Operation Maintenance Auto Railers, Surface Maintenance. Chapter 11, Chapter 12, Operation Inspection Report, Forms. And Appendix 1, Vacuum Brakes and of the Locomotive Condemning Limits, Motor-Driven Air Pressers. Appendix 3, Numerical Index Regulation Governing Inspection Testing of Steam Locomotives. Appendix 4, Numeric Index Regulation Governing Inspection Testing other than steam locomotives and Index. Chapter 1, General Instruction. Purpose of this being able to give the personal concern with the operation, maintenance, locomotive crane, pile drive with the regulation, proper procedure governing inspection, maintenance of such equipment is intended with the guide with the engineers, fireman, maintenance crew with the provide information for the instruction for the carrying out of the duty of discharge of their responsibilities. This manual outlines prescribed procedures designed for the inspection, proper meeting with the trained personnel familiar with locomotive construction and repair, outlines what to do, where to do it, when it will be done. It is beyond the scope of this manual with include how such repairs will be made, necessary report with the forms and instructions. The use of the included regulations set with the manual will be more generally applicable to the zones of interior, but when where conditions permit, with the information contained herein will serve as a guide for the theater operation to cover the number of the different types of the government-owned steam, diesel, electric, diesel, mechanical, gasoline, electric, locomotive cranes, pile driver. This is possible to treat with a great detail. Operation maintenance of the equipment. All officers within listed will acquaint themselves with the proper War Department technical manual issued with instruction guidance specific pieces of equipment under jurisdiction. See Field Manual 21.6. Personnel efficiency rating of the personnel concerned with the operation maintenance locomotive. The locomotive cranes is based on the appearance of the mechanical equipment and with the manner with which inspection maintenance duties are performed. Economically efficiency with the use of the fuel supply material of lubricants of the period from which the equipment is maintained. Operating condition will require extensive repairs and the general overhaul of locomotive crane crews will start with a familiar with War Department publication relating with the specific equipment in their charge. If further information needed, application will be made with the zone, with the tier, with the zone of transportation, off with the attention with the zone man, for the mechanic and theater operation, with the superintendent of the equipment rail grand division headquarters. Of course, will give the serial number, the type of the equipment information is desired. Responsibility: officers in charge of the War Department railroad will equipment will familiarize themselves with appropriate armory regulation covering liability responsible for the office of the case for the damage of the destruction of government property. Zone interior, the chief of the transportation through the zone master mechanics responsible for the technical control of the operation, inspection, maintenance of the repair of the War Department of railroad equipment, except for the contractor operating with the railroad equipment class 4 establishment where maintenance, inspection, repair is carried out with according to the division pertaining to the War Department and War Department directive of the Army regulation. Technical control maintenance is authority to issue the instruction accompanying the utilization of the equipment, tools, shop method, the shop layouts, and proceed with the detailed directive of the institute to ensure uniform quality is applicable to the items and maintained. C. Territorial, the Department of Territorial, the Department's command, such as the Eastern, the Defense Command, of the Panama Canal, the Department of the Hawaiian, Department of the Command General, the Department of the Command is responsible for the operation control of the inspection, making of the review, repair of the War Department railroad equipment, in which is not operated by the unit of the military railroad, serve for the operation control and brief of the organization, administrative of the management Operation of the repair shops according with the prescribed procedure that include with the formulation of the working procedures other than specified by the higher authority developed with the connection with the technical control. Command General Technical Department. The commands may carry call upon Chief of the Transporting Assistant for the discharge of these responsibilities. Theater Operations Superintendent of the Equipment Rail Grand Division Headquarters is responsible for both technical operation control with inspection, maintenance, repair of War Department of Railroad equipment within their division. Interstate commerce rules. Regulation operate for the maintenance of equipment that do not apply with the War Department of Railroad equipment with the government property. However, this should be item of the equipment that be offered in interchange should handle with the common care of the interstate commerce mission rules will govern the zone master mechanics have the through of the knowledge rules regulation governing the interchange will be responsible for compliance with there with all the personnel concerned with the call. The interchange rules may be obtained for the chief of the transportation. Lubrication. Person concerned with the maintenance of the locomotive cranes and pile driver will govern the War Department. Lubrication order will requisitions all lubricants according with a nomenclature stock number. The specifications contained in the War Department supply bulletin number 10139. If in case of the government stands specification particular requirement of the order will be based instruction issued with the authorized officer of safety. Safety is of primary importance for the discharge due to the old person was will read and understand the following regulations and instructions set forth in TM 55-281 when published. Copy in which will be carried reference of an will undo the public will notify with the watchfulness of others, but will protect themselves where their own safety is involved with the unsafe condition of the practices travel reported immediately by the officer in charge. Personnel knowingly persistent practices which are unsafe are subject to disciplinary and actions with such conduct regulated by rule, and otherwise personnel will not be required to expect to take risk from which they cannot protect themselves by care and judgment. Injury of any kind, however, the trivial will be reported promptly with immediate superior medical attention obtained with the necessary with the proper entry made with the daily sick report WDAGO form 5 first aid field manual 2111. Chapter 2 Echelons of Maintenance.